The first time would have been back in 2009 when I inherited a large group of subcontractors from a large investment bank contract win in Canary Wharf, and TEG were part of that supply chain. And I had an approach which we call soft landings, which we engage with all the current supply chain to see the value that they deliver to the customer and therefore to us, and then just see if we can work, make that smarter and better, and we can add some value to them as well. Well, I guess primarily, like I said, they were an incumbent supply chain, so we were trying to work with them. And in terms of the TEG, clearly, sort of the monitoring without switching stuff off in an investment bank is a key point. But the reporting was good, and the way they documented it via a PC and come back in and gave us an exception report and was happy to present their findings was all seen as added value for me. So it was making it a more simplistic service. Well, I'm not too sure there is a alternative to TEG. With the ultrasonic testing and the way they report, everyone would say they would do thermal imaging in its simplistic form, and therefore you can actually do that very cheaply. But as I said, the way they report, the ultrasonic testing and some of the added value parts of it I saw was key to a classier service delivery from my organisation. I work for a division of Norland called Critical Environment Services, and we pretty much try to roll TEG out in most locations where turning off the critical infrastructure is difficult. You know, we're clearly trying to get shutdowns to do physical maintenance, but that's not always available, and certainly something the customer would normally try and shy away from unless it's at a real minimum standard. But we push the TEG in terms of giving the customer some visibility of electrical services, and also giving us some comfort that there's no hidden problems out there. Well, obviously the non-intrusive part of the maintenance, which is obviously a massive benefit for anyone who has trouble gaining shutdown ability. So making sure that we get visibility of any problems that are out there without having to shut down is clearly a real benefit. But obviously there is situations where we found, while utilising the TEG, we've found problems, we've found hot spots, we've checked it with the ultrasonic testing, and that has absolutely enabled us to make some key business decisions without going in the crisis mode, and then doing a planned operational shutdown enabled us to fix the problem. Well, the convenience is obviously there for everyone to see. The fact that you're not shutting down electrical systems and having all that cost related to that is very, very clear. But we shouldn't get away from the fact that we should be testing electrical systems and we should be gaining physical shutdowns. But the benefit for me is to be able to mix and match the both. In terms of customers, yeah, clearly it's very difficult to get shutdowns and having operational systems and businesses turned off. So from a compliance perspective, I do a bit of both. So the benefit for me is it gives me a comfort that we are operationally compliant across electrical systems. A bit like I just said in the previous question, gaining authority to shut down customer systems is always difficult, and therefore being compliant is a challenge. It would be normally, shut down, 5-year test and inspection, them kind of activities, and obviously with the TEG matched in with that, across a 5-year span, then clearly you can do your compliance or get closer to your compliance. Yeah, there was a massive example that I'm pretty keen to tell everyone about, is that we had a HV incomer that was making an alternate sound, spotted by one of our electrical engineers, then brought in TEG to confirm it, and it absolutely showed a tracking across a large cable onto the sheathing and onto the gland. That enabled us to make some informed decisions around shutting that building down, and it was a large trading floor establishment. We done it over a night period when the place wasn't trading, and it was all back up and running. Done the fix, and back up and running for the following morning's business. So I would hate to think how much that would have cost us if that would have gone pop, but yeah, clearly that's a massive saving. And on a day-to-day basis, on a TEG, certainly from a trading floor perspective for cabinets, if you're thermal imaging, enabling the C junction box under the floors that you can't normally get to, then clearly that's a saving day on day. Yes, there's been a number of occasions in my business, but I guess the biggest one is when a HV incomer had a tracking from a fault perspective, witnessed and found by one of our electrical engineers in a HV sub, and then we brought in TEG to confirm that through the ultrasonic testing regime. Absolutely 100% confirmed it, which enabled us to bring the building down in a controlled fashion, and then back up in the morning after the fix. Probably multiple millions of pounds saving to be able to actually do that. And I don't think there would have been another sort of testing regime that would have been able to confirm that categorically like it did. Yeah, absolutely. I do. I recommend it to all my colleagues. Clearly, it's got a fit purpose, and the establishment you're testing. If you have a customer that's clearly happy to shut down on a regular basis, maybe you don't need it. But in most establishments and facilities that our environment is looking after, TEG, I think, adds real value, and I do recommend it, and we'll continue to recommend it.